Hi, this is Andrea. I'm a professional photographer, currently having fun with all those AI tools that deliver some exceptional imagery, not photography, it's something different, but that imagery has the potential to replace some parts of the photography business. And today I want to share the sort of best of images created by the Midjourney community so that we can understand how powerful the tool has become. As usual, I will first share the prompt that has been used to create the image and then show you the images. If you want to try yourself the prompt, just pause the video, copy the text and use it to see if you get the results you want. An image I liked very much is this one of women in nighttime in Paris. It gives you that kind of feeling of the city, and also on the background you really can feel that this could be Paris. It's very realistic. If I see that woman, I really cannot imagine this to be a fake image. Here's another example I liked, where the prompter used the shadow to create quite an interesting image with a film look made by Kodak and shot on a medium format Hasselblad camera with a 85 1.8 lens. The result here again looks very nice. I think with Midjourney 5 we got finally to the point where the skin looks realistic. Before you always could figure out in the details that this is kind of fake. And what Midjourney 5 also does very well is to apply some sort of pattern on people. For example, here I asked Midjourney to create me an image of a female with chocolate on the face, and it's even more impressive in my next prompt, where you see a porcelain pattern on the skin of the female. On that first image, what impresses me is that you clearly see how nicely out of focus that pattern goes on the skin, how it applies perfectly on all the 3D structure of the body and of the head. And also in that second picture, every detail is fascinating for me. What's also impressive is that those images look stunning and you didn't spend a lot of money to create them if you would have done it with real photography, where you have to do hours of work to create something like this and spend a lot of money. Now you can do it in a couple of seconds. This is the part where I think that AI tools will take over some parts of photography, because it's cheap, because it's fast, because it's good enough, and also I think it's highly creative because you can easily try out things that you cannot do if you have to do it manually. So you can play around with different kind of text and prompts and texture and material to create something very new that you couldn't easily do with doing it in an analog way with photography. And Midjourney 5 is not only good to create photos that look like real as of today, but also photos that look real in the past. Here, for example, you see a prompt where the intention was to create a portrait of a woman back in 1965, having that same kind of style, photographic style, but also the woman should be dressed like this, and you should really have no doubt that this was shot in 1965. Even the haircut is that of the 1965, the dress is that of 1965, and of course the film style is that of 1965. I also found playing around with colors very interesting, like on this prompt. You can see how the color really spreads on the head of that girl in a very natural way. Nothing looks really off. An image that particularly impressed me is this one that represents a half robot, a hybrid between a woman and a robot, and it looks super, super interesting for me. This is a picture that really amazed me, stunned me when I saw it. It's one that I can look at it for many minutes on every detail, because it's so good, so detailed. And if you think about it, that this tool created it just in a couple of seconds, it's quite impressive. Incredible that we have come so far that you can generate something like this in seconds, when you before had to work for it for days to create an image like this, and only a few people were actually able to do this. Now every idiot like me can do this, so this is quite an eye-opener for me. Of course, we all know that the internet and the web is here to show animal pictures. That's probably the main reason why we have internet, because, you know, cat and dog pictures are the most popular kind of pictures on the web. So you can create stunning images with Midjourney 5, like for example here. I forgot to take a screenshot of the prompt, but the prompt was dynamic macro photograph of a tiny adorable fluffy, and here you see a couple of images and they look perfect. If you would post them on Instagram, you would probably get 1 million of likes and become a famous Instagrammer. Of course, you can have also a lot of fun with Midjourney 5, creating absurd scenes, like for example here stormtroopers sitting on camera chairs having their fun on a weekend, or the Pope wearing a Balenciaga puffer jacket, or having a baby stroller designed by Ferrari. As you see from those examples, Midjourney 5 is quite potent, and the new Midjourney 6 version is already coming out in likely May, so things will only get better. And then there's a lot of competition, of course, from Adobe and Microsoft, and there's still the part I didn't have talked to you as of now, which is taking your real photo and elaborating parts of it with AI. I'm trying this at the moment, but it's still not as good as I want it to be, so that's why I'm taking still some more time to dig in before to make a new video about this. But I see the potential for working your photo in a different way that you do right now with layers and masks. You can do it by simply modifying your photo through prompts, with text prompts, and as soon as I have something that looks very interesting, I will make a video about this, so please again subscribe to not miss it, and I see you soon.